Over the course of your career, what are the most fundamental changes you have witnessed to the global economic landscape?
The pace of technology, the pace of activity, financial flows is probably number one. The trading now that takes place globally 24/7, that wasn't there when I started in 1980. Another issue when I started in 1980, the emerging markets were few and far between, like Mexico and Brazil. Now, when you talk about emerging markets, it's beyond China, but it's Africa, it's Central Europe. So it's a much broader globe, and it's moving much faster.
Okay, so speaking about emerging markets, one of the big buzzwords out there is BRICS. What's your take on the role of the major emerging markets, and how do they fit into the global economy?
They're very important. I mean, purchasing power parity basis, they're about 50% of GDP. They contribute to growth, but my point is that they're more about growth for themselves as for growth for the global pie. Where the United States and Europe always look at the global commons and what can we do for the world that helps us, of course, but we lift the pie together. So the BRICS are important, but there's more to the emerging markets than that. I mean, there's parts of South America, Central Europe. Africa is a frontier market. So every day we see new investment, new interest from private equity, from angel investors. So there's a lot of money that wants to go into other places other than the BRICS.
Okay, and but you also mentioned the EU and the US. So what's the role of the transatlantic relationship in the global economy, and now and in the future? How will that evolve? How could it evolve?
Well, I hope it does evolve. I hope it doesn't go backwards. It's kind of stagnant and stale right now, in the sense that the United States and Europe aren't driving the global agenda, whether it's global climate change, Doha trading round, aid to the developing poorest countries. We're just not doing anything because we're looking, we've got our own problems at home. Realistically, US and Europe have some financial challenges. That's where the debt lies, and they've got to work their way through. What could the United States and Europe do? Continue to push forward with these multilateral agreements and organizations that matter, that have 60 years proven that they increase growth, promote trade, investment, create jobs globally. It's a tide that lifts all boats. So I'm disappointed in the United States and Europe that they're not doing this. And that's, maybe there's talk of a free trade agreement between the United States and Europe. That's not the answer. That's exclusionary, not inclusive.